Something just happened that could completely change the direction of the season. A bold move, unexpected by most, has just cleared the path for a new era to begin. It's the kind of decision that shifts momentum, rewrites plans, and sends a clear message about where this team is heading. You're going to want to hear this, so make sure to click the like button and come with me and I'll tell you everything. Joe Flacco is no longer a Cleveland Brown. The veteran quarterback is heading to the Cincinnati Bengals in a shocking in-division trade that's already sending ripples through the NFL and Browns fandom. Cleveland, in return, receives a 5th-round pick from Cincinnati, along with a late-round pick swap, sending their own 6th-rounder to the Bengals. But let's be honest, this deal wasn't about draft positioning. It's about the future of the Cleveland Browns. The youth movement is officially underway. This move tells us everything we need to know about how the Browns view their quarterback room and the direction they're taking this season. Flacco, 40 years old and far from the quarterback who once lit up playoff games, was benched earlier this year after a string of disappointing performances. 8 turnovers in 4 weeks, including 6 interceptions, was all it took. That, paired with a noticeable decline in mobility and accuracy, left the coaching staff no choice but to look elsewhere. And they didn't have to look far. Rookie Dillon Gabriel stepped in and showed enough promise in his first start against the Minnesota Vikings to convince the team they could move on. It wasn't flashy, but it was solid, clean short throws, good decision-making, and most importantly, no turnovers. That's a major win for a Browns team that boasts a defense capable of winning games on its own if the offense just holds it together. Now with Flacco out of the way, the quarterback depth chart is clear. It's Dillon Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders, the 2 rookies the Browns invested in this year. This trade not only frees up a roster spot, it removes any excuse to not give these young quarterbacks the full evaluation they deserve. That's the real prize here. The coaching staff seems ready to roll with DG8 as the starter for now, but the excitement is growing around Shedeur Sanders. Fans have been clamoring for him to get his chance. Known for his confidence and vocal belief that he can outperform many current NFL starters, Shedeur will now be elevated to the QB2 role, with nothing standing in his way from getting his own opportunity. This opens the door for a potential midseason quarterback battle, or at the very least, a true test of who deserves to be under center for the Browns moving forward. Let's be real here. This was the right move. Joe Flacco was not going to be part of this team's future. He was never going to be re-signed. He was a one-year rental, a temporary solution, a bridge quarterback who had clearly reached the end of that bridge. And with young talent like Gabriel and Sanders waiting in the wings, it made zero sense to continue holding up their development just to keep an aging, turnover-prone veteran on the roster. What's even more fascinating is that the Bengals chose Flacco over other available veteran quarterbacks. According to reports, they didn't even reach out to the Giants about Jameis Winston or show interest in Russell Wilson. That says something about how desperate they were to get someone with experience, even if that someone looked entirely washed up in Cleveland this season. Maybe they only watched his one good game against them and ignored the rest. Either way, the Browns cashed in. And we've got to give credit where it's due. GM Andrew Berry made a shrewd move here. He got compensation for a player the team was done with, and more importantly, cleared the path to properly evaluate the future. The 2025 NFL Draft is coming, and this season is all about answering one key question. Do the Browns already have their quarterback of the future on the roster, or will they need to take another swing come April? The early signs are encouraging. Gabriel's first start didn't blow anyone away, but it was competent and mistake-free. Shedeur, meanwhile, has shown flashes in preseason and remains the more dynamic, high-upside option. He wants to be the guy. He believes he's ready. And with this move, we might finally see if that belief translates to production on the field. Even Bailey Zapp, currently on the practice squad, could see a call-up. But make no mistake, the Browns are focused on the 2 rookies. That's where the future lies, and that's where the fan base's attention should be. So what does this mean for the rest of the season? It means we're watching a live quarterback audition. Every snap, every throw, every decision from Dillon Gabriel and, potentially, Shedeur Sanders matters. Cleveland isn't just playing games, they're gathering evidence. They're evaluating. They're building for a future that no longer includes Flacco, no longer includes stopgap veterans. It's the rookies' time now. And Browns fans should be excited. Because for the first time in a long time, there's real hope that one of these young quarterbacks could be the answer. Could be the guy. The one we've all been waiting for. With a defense already capable of carrying the team, all this offense needs is competence, and if one of these rookies can bring more than that, Cleveland could be dangerous again, not just this year, but for years to come. So let me ask you this, was trading Joe Flacco to the Bengals the turning point for the Browns season? And do you believe either Dillon Gabriel or Shedeur Sanders can be the future franchise quarterback for this team? Let me know your thoughts down below. And here's where things really start to heat up for Cleveland. With Joe Flacco officially gone and the quarterback room turned over to the rookies, every moment from here on out is an opportunity, an audition not just for this season, but potentially for the next decade. Dillon Gabriel is already under the spotlight. His controlled, efficient play gives the Browns a chance to stay competitive week to week, especially when the defense is firing on all cylinders. But the big question now is when, not if, we'll see Shedeur Sanders under center. The buzz around Sanders isn't just hype. His preseason showing against the Panthers, where he threw 2 perfect touchdown passes, looked more than just a flash, it looked like a signal. The kid has poise, confidence, and a fire to prove he belongs. And with his pathway finally clear, the door is wide open. This team didn't invest in 2 quarterbacks to keep one sidelined all year. If Gabriel stumbles, if the offense sputters, if the Browns fall out of the playoff race, it's almost guaranteed we'll see Shedeur. And honestly, that's what this season needs to become, a full evaluation. This is a rare moment for the Browns, a team not in full rebuild, with a strong roster in place, but also with the freedom to experiment. That doesn't happen often in the NFL. It's a sweet spot. You get to try out your young talent in real game situations without completely tanking the year. Cleveland's defense will keep them in most games. That means we'll get real, meaningful reps from Gabriel and, eventually, Sanders in pressure situations. We're about to learn a lot about the mental toughness of these rookies, their ability to command a huddle, to make reads under pressure, and most importantly, to lead. Gabriel might not dazzle, but if he can stack a few more clean performances, he earns more leash. If Sanders gets his shot and lights it up, the Browns might have their guy. The difference in their styles, Gabriel the game manager, Sanders the playmaker, gives Cleveland flexibility. It gives them options. And in today's NFL, that's invaluable. The front office deserves credit. They moved on from Kenny Pickett before the season. They moved on from Flacco now. They're not clinging to the past or to name recognition. They're letting the youth take over. And with the college quarterback landscape looking shaky, Cleveland might already have the answer in-house. That's the hope. That's the dream. Now it's time to find out. Don't forget to subscribe, drop a like, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss the next update. The latest Browns news, right when it happens, you'll only find it here. And if you're hungry for more, click on the video that's on your screen right now for more exclusive Browns content. Go Browns!